Okay, so I left off with that crack right there. I got to get under it. There's a crack here too. This side, that side looks pretty good. We shall see. Would it be better to use a softer material like aluminum or something to avoid the cracking because steel is very harsh? Yes, it might actually be better, but something softer pulls it too, so you got to worry about the bending stress. Steel doesn't pull as much. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick at it. I'm gonna have to pick at this little by little. If I don't just pick at it and I start trying to power my way through, it may not work. From personal experience, it usually doesn't. If I just try to power through all those cracks and try to skin them off aggressively. There's a time to skin off nasty stuff aggressively. Like when you have concrete in the middle, you need to skin that off aggressively. Or it just steps right in the middle. But this stuff with cracks, I don't really attack it aggressively unless there's a good opportunity. Like if there's a real thick, good spot, then I don't mind blasting through some of the cracks. Still risky though, still dicey. I say dicey a lot, which means I'm aware of the risk. If I think it's really dicey and I end up being successful, a lot of that is luck. I'll let you know if it's dicey, right? And if I succeed, like, did I do it? Did it do it? A lot of that, did it do it, is where I think luck is a factor. And luck sure does play a factor. It's not because I planned it that way. It's like I hoped it that way. If you're the kind of napper that predicts every single strike, you are better than I am. I kind of know where these strikes are going to go, but kind of knowing and actually knowing are two different things. I don't actually know. Some guys actually know. I suppose, because of the way they talk. So no, it's skill. Yeah. Skill overcomes luck, prevents bad luck as well as encourages good luck, I guess. It's the skill. Well, I don't know, maybe. I told you I was going to look into luck. What is it really? Because a lot of times we calculate the odds after the fact, like we calculate how successful that napping session was after the fact, and then try to assess the probability of doing something similar. What's the probability of success for doing something similar on the next one? And try to figure out what is luck and what is a skill. What's the difference? I mean, not what's the difference, but what made the difference between a fortunate flake and a skillful flake. It's both, man. It's both. Don't be trying to get it split into two parts, man. It's both. Well, I do want to know how much of it is luck, so I can back off if it's seeming to be that territory where only luck can do it. I will back off a little bit and say, okay, good enough. I'm not going to risk it. Yeah, right in the middle. See, I used to have so much trouble with middle strikes. I remember the day I had so much trouble with middle strikes. You know, end strikes are hard enough, you know, to prevent snapping in the middle. But middle strikes can also snap in the middle. And I used to have so much trouble judging how to do middle strikes without breaking it. I could not figure out how much force I needed to make it successful in the beginning. I just kept experimenting with different strengths of hits, different aggressivenesses, or whatever you want to call it. Not really strategies, but just the act of hitting. What kind of hits can I get away with? To clean out stuff in the middle without snapping the whole thing. And this has natural defects and stuff in it. So this one's a hard one to teach you on. You know, how hard you hit in the middle compared to how hard you hit on the ends and that sort of thing. This one I'm actually being more careful in the middle than I was on the ends. Careful that the strikes are going to be precise, because I am still hitting harder in the middle than I am on the ends, but these harder hits have to be a little more precise. The platforms have to be a little more rounded, a little bit less opportunistic. You know, if I need to shape it a little bit, I guess, you know, I'll take the time to maybe shape the platform a little bit better. That sort of thing. Turn the flaker so I'm on clean metal. So if I'm going to hit hard, I want to make sure I don't mess myself up. And I didn't hit hard enough, so it stepped right in front of that stuff. Let's see. Maybe I can skin off this front part with a flake, and then skin off the back part, and then in the middle. That's the strategy. Strategy has a tendency to shift, though. I'll shift my strategies, but it worked a little bit to take off the end. Sometimes it'll fan out and take off more of the end than that. I don't want to hit too much on the actual step fracture, although it's very tempting just to hit on that. With this type of material, especially heat treat, sometimes it'll dive right in. You hit a step fracture in the wrong way, it'll dive right in. So, you could try a big flake from the other side. Yeah, it's dicey because it's a hard hit, but I'll try it anyway. Looks like a good opportunity. And it actually held it, cradled it so that it had some support. You know what I mean? Made sure that everything was supported and it wasn't kind of flying out there on the ends like I usually do. Why do I usually let it fly out on the ends? Because these hits where you have to focus on holding it are harder mentally. Requires more mental work to both pay attention to your hand and to the striker and the mallet, right? Whereas if you just kind of go with the flow and just put pressure or put a holding position right where you're hitting, it's more intuitive. You don't have to focus on it as much. Just simple holding. But when you do this, bracing and making sure all your fingers are acting in tandem, and you got this thing against your hand, and you got the tool well seated, it's more mentally challenging. There's more stuff going on. All right, so I hit that step fracture right on the face of it. Now let's see if it did it. Yes. So yeah, that's kind of dicey, right? Because it can just go way too far. But bad luck did not rear its ugly head. I'm going to try to hit off the rest of that step fracture, but of course it's not going to work. Of course. So, oops, another flake. Make sure it's seated. It's not going to roll off. Or not going to slip off. Probably have to develop that platform better then. It slipped off twice already. You don't have to put pressure before the strike, but sometimes you put a little bit of pressure on there just so you can get it seated so it won't move. You don't want this tip to be moving around. Not at this stage. In the early stages, it doesn't really matter too much what happens. Okay, so I tried to clear off some of those steps, but it's not going to be perfect. Nice translucency though, even though it's still kind of thick. Yeah, this area is tough. It's not nice and nappable like that area. Shouldn't have hit that probably. Just trying to get rid of some of these, or try to get into these cracks to see where they go. I might not be able to get anything out of this one. Let's see. Get rid of the band-aid. Okay. This crack might go too far in. Right there. It may take off the entire base. Unless I can get under it. This one, I don't know what's going to happen. I tried hitting this area to pop this little piece off. It looks like I can just pop off some of that. But it didn't work when I hit the edge on that side. So I'm going to see if I can get rid of the rest of this cortex and continue. All right, so that's a really hard hit to try to get under that step fracture. I mean, under that seam. Let's see what happened. That seam goes in pretty far. It's not on this side anywhere, but I can see that goes in pretty far. Now, did I cause that? I don't know. I'll have to review the video, but I don't think I caused that crack there. I think it's just part of the natural stone. So it's dicey to continue. You know, normally I would say, nah, this is not worth it. But for the video, let's see what happens. Normally I would say, I'll just break it right there now on purpose and make two little tiny points instead. or not make anything. Just break it and say, oh, okay. That solves that problem. All right, so that was an attempt to get underneath those seams or those fissures or whatever. Looks like it was kind of successful. Still worries me on this side though, but it's not too bad. Yeah. This reminds me a lot of knapping petrified wood. It's always unpredictable when you're knapping petrified wood, unless you've knapped it many times and you know what to expect with that particular type of material. If you expect a lot of cracks, expect a lot of failures, I guess you know what you're going to get. But with this piece, I didn't know what to expect. It just looked nice. I like the translucency. Might be able to get something out of it. It's very slow going. So I wouldn't want to do this kind of material for production points, to make a lot of them. I would not choose this material if I wanted to make a lot of points. Same back in the day. I don't think they chose material that they could not make a lot of points from unless they didn't want to make a lot of points from it. Then they would choose nasty, cracked, very difficult material. But then again, if that's all you got, I suppose that's all you got. I don't know. So one of these days maybe I'll do the calculation on what's more advantageous, walking for a month to get stone or working unsuccessfully, mostly unsuccessfully, with stone that's 5 minutes away. Oh, dang. You know, what's better to, travel far to get stone that works well, or just nab what you got? All right, so that's pretty standard, right? To have it break right where there's a big crack, and I can make little points out of this. It would have been nice to see if I could get under that. It probably was possible to get under that. You can see the solid material. If I get it focused, you can see the solid material right there. That's not unreasonably thin. I might have been able to skin that material off above that crack. But the crack is just too deep for the amount of force I was applying. This down here does not nap as well as this up here, so I was hitting harder here than up here. So the last flake that I took, I can't remember now. Let's see. Maybe it was that. Maybe it was right there. Try to get rid of that lump. But yeah, this crack. There's some of it here on this side. See that? And then there's a spot that's solid, and then it starts up again here. Two different cracks. So those probably might have been a future hazard as well. You know, this side, even if I manage to skin off that side, skin this off the top, this off on the bottom, trying to skin that off, might have done the same thing, snapped it right there. All right, so I'm not unhappy about that. I'm not going to nap these two into points. I'll just save these for later. Stick it in the pile of miscellaneous over there. All right, let's do with the 10 minutes we got left, I'm going to do the weird shirt. This one should be more straightforward. I think it's a heat treat, but I don't know. It was in the heat treat pile, and it might have been subjected to a lot of heat, but it seems to be pretty tough. I took off some flakes earlier just to look at what it was. It looks weird. Don't know what it is. Feels raw. Almost looks like a mudstone, right? It's napping a little bit like rhyolite. A little bit like rhyolite. Why am I not using direct percussion on this? Because it's already thin. Hello? Have you been watching the channel at all lately? Or 10 years ago? It's already thin. I use indirect percussion. Opportunistic. I gotta keep saying that. Oh yeah, it reminds me. I monetized my channel. Hooray. I applied for YouTube's partnership program, right? They reviewed my channel for anything bad. They say, we let you know. Could be up to a month. We let you know. Bye. Just keep monitoring. See if it happens. All right, so I waited a couple days. Lo and behold, after a couple days, I looked at my videos and they had little dollar signs, next to the video icon. When I looked at my video dashboard or whatever it was, but all the dollar signs had little cross marks in them, like, nope, not monetized yet. So I said, what the heck? Well, read further along, and you had to actually choose to monetize. Oh, okay, fine. All right. So they say, yay, you're approved, but now you got to make sure you choose to monetize. All right. So I went in there, got on the computer, said, okay, here we go. Monetize everything. Everything's been monetized. So, first thing, I get a message. Dude, you said you would like to be notified if ads are running on your videos. Well, here you go. Ads are running on this video. Yeah, I responded. Yep, I did monetize. For many years, I had no monetization. I specifically didn't want ads. And then, like last year or the year before or whatever, they started putting ads on everything. Everybody's videos have ads, no matter what. I said, dang it, maybe that's just the first videos that you're watching that day that they would do that to. No, they would just, anytime they wanted to, they put an ad. There's like this bot or this algorithm that puts an ad on the video. Doesn't even matter. They don't care. Channel monetized or not, don't matter. Just, I guess, the number of minutes you're viewing, every so often, they'll just pop an ad in there. Can't be viewing without ads. That'd be terrible. Yeah, gotta have at least some in there. So, that's what happened. I monetized all my videos. Now, maybe some of them I'll take the monetization off because it's cool. I can unmonetize some of my videos if I want to. Why would I do that? Is it logical to unmonetize certain videos? I don't know. I got to think about that one. See, I don't want money from this one. And I don't want money from that one. But I do want money from this one. Oh, what's the difference? They're all flip-napping. They're all freaking flip-napping videos. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. I'll try to look at my channel through a computer that is not on YouTube Prime or whatever they call it. Because I pay for YouTube Premium. Yeah, I think it's YouTube Premium. I don't know. So I don't get ads. I hate them. I don't like to watch them. I don't buy stuff anyway. The stuff I buy is groceries, okay? That's all I buy. You don't see ads for groceries very much. When was the last time you saw an ad for well, I can't say that. An ad for raw chicken. A bag of drumsticks. When the last time you saw an ad for a bag of drumsticks? I buy these bags of drumsticks all the time. That's like half of what I buy for meats is chickens. Hamburger meat. When's the last time you saw an ad for hamburger meat? I buy that too. Anyway, I don't like seeing ads. We'll see how it goes. I'll look at my channel like a normal person would, and if I don't like the number of ads on the videos, if it's interrupting too many times, I might just unmonetize. We'll see what happens. We shall see. Yeah, now that I think about it, a lot of groceries are on the TV ads. I don't know about YouTube ads. I don't know what's on YouTube ads these days. Last time I was watching a YouTube ad, it was like for a car, you know, buy this brand new car. Heck, man, I'm begging for rocks because I can't even get rocks. And you expect me to respond to an ad for buying a car? Yeah. Okay. Sure, man. All right. I'm not saying I have not spent silly money on rocks. I have. Silly amounts of money on rocks. But, you know, I'm not going to buy a brand new car and stick it full of rocks, you know. It scratches it all up. Scratches up my car. Even if I put the rocks in buckets and then buckets in my car, I still get scratches. I don't know how it does it. I still get rock scratches all on my car. On the doors and all that. If I look closely. I don't look closely because I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Nope. Don't need to see it. All right. So, yeah, I guess I'll finish this little segment out by saying that's as far as I want to go with this particular piece of weird stuff. It does have natural cracks in it. It does have inconsistencies, like this yucky part there. It's very crushy. It has nice flaking here. Kind of nice on that. Not too good, but the different colors. See, that's yellowish. Nice. Grayish. This stuff right here, pinkish. Not good. Yeah, is a word in flint napping. Yes, it is. All right, so I don't know. This would be a real hassle to notch. So it would be best made into just a regular stemmed, contracting stemmed point. Yeah, if I ever get back to it, I will not notch it. That's for sure. It naps a lot like rhyolite. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. What did I do? Let me get the other pieces. This will be my thumbnail shot for this video. Final answer. What's the ratio on that? I don't care. Give us the ratio on this one, dude. What is it? What is it? No, not going to give it to you. All I know it's not as good as this one. Why should I give it to you? It's not as good. Okay. There you go.